Hi, my name is Louise.
And hi, I'm Emma.
And you're listening to Murder or Myth,
the true crime podcast where not everything is true.
The aim of the game is to find out whether the story is actually a murder or if it's just a myth.
Now, let's get started.
Okay, hi Emma.
Hi Louise.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, nice and cozy. We're wrapped up. It's a late night recording
night sesh.
And I'm going to be telling Emma a story of a bit of a healthy competition turned deadly.
Oh.
Trying to keep it topical.
This is scary.
Recent revelations about our competitive side. So Bill Wallace and Randall Brown were both working for Turlow Investments, an investment and brokerage firm in Albany, New York. Both men had been working for the company for 7 and 4 years respectively, but had similar levels of experience in the area. So one of them graduated in 1960 and the other in 1962.
Okay.
They were working as financial analysts in September of 1973 when both men were offered to interview for an internal position as a senior financial associate.
Yeah.
And the new job role had a significant pay rise as well as like other lavish kind of bonuses, and was quite a competitive like financial company. So the job was also open to other colleagues as well as like external interviews outside the company.
Okay.
However, as the interviews progressed, Bill, Randall and Dale Jefferson were narrowed down as the final applicants for the last round of interviews. So there's only 3 left. And the interviews were scheduled for Wednesday 11th of October, but on the Friday before, Marcin Kinney, the CFO, which is the Chief Financial Officer, having believed that the office had emptied out, told Bill that he was a shoo-in for the job and that it had always been him, but they were just going through kind of the rigmarole of hiring.
Okay.
However, there was still someone left in the office, Lucia Miller, and she spread it around the office that this had now happened.
So she got the information and
she got the information.
Okay.
And by Monday morning, like the rest of the office had heard of it. So Randall became enraged, and
was Randall the one? Sorry, who was the one who got the job?
Bill
and Randall.
Bill Wallace.
Oh yes, okay.
And then there's also Dave Jefferson,
and
who's
Randall.
the 3 narrowed down. But Dave isn't really in this murder.
Dave, get away.
Dave's just trying to get a job out here, you know.
Is Randall his first name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Okay, so that's right around. Randall became enraged and was like damaging things around the office. Well, actually, sorry, he was accused of damaging items within his office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he then went and booked a meeting with the hiring manager. And some people in the office claimed that they had been could hear them fighting and shouting during the meeting.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, Randall stormed out and left for the rest of the day. It was also rumoured at the time that Randall had been having financial difficulties and had been suffering mentally from the financial struggles. So Bill was living in Burton Road on the suburbs of Albany, Albania, New York. And on Sunday, 8th of October, Randall arrived at Bill's house around midday. Sorry, the 18th of October. Randall arrived at Bill's house around midday. Randall parked on the opposite side of the street and sat waiting for the bones of 3 hours before Bill came out of his driveway, got into his car, and Randall followed him into the car park of a local groceries and liquor store.
Right, okay. So like a little stalker situation.
Yeah. Before Bill could get out of the car, Randall jumped out of his car, approached the driver's seat. Sorry, I'm a little sleep deprived. Opened the car door and shot Bill twice, abdominal area, and once in the head.
Damn.
So this is a public space. There was a number of eyewitnesses, and the emergency services were notified. However, it was too late by the time anyone arrived. Bill was brought to hospital, but he had bled out.
Okay.
And died.
Damn.
Randall was arrested immediately and quickly admitted he was guilty. After there's a lot of testimonies made against him, and he admitted guilt, hoping for a shorter sentence. However, he was sentenced to 26 years in prison, but passed away during that sentence from pancreatic cancer.
Okay, so he didn't serve the full.
So he didn't serve the full time.
Okay.
And that's the end of the story. A little bit of competition turned
deadly.
Interesting. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? There was a lot of names at the start, and I'm like, were they unnecessary? Going back to your observations that I've known from past stories, would a news story would a murder story have those unnecessary side characters such as Dave Jefferson,
Dale,
such as Dale? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sorry, you said Dave. Okay.
Might have said Dave, but for sure it's written down as Dale.
And the woman that was like spreading the rumors. Yeah. Nice little ending. Just like wrap it all up. Your man died.
It's actually not that nice, but
It's
anyway.
like just it's okay. Yeah, it's not nice. R.I.P. Respect for everyone in the story, but like it's a nice way to wrap up a story. Once again, I don't know, and the fact that it's about something topical, healthy competition.
I love to be topical. I've adapted your
Yes.
methodology
Of thinking of a thing, and then yeah, okay. So, murder myth. I think
It's got to be one of them.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go with myth.
It's a murder.
Damn it. Okay.
No, it's a myth.
It's actually
Yeah.
me a heart attack. Okay. Slay.
It was giving myth for sure. I felt at 1 or 2 points. Couldn't figure out if, when I wrote down Wednesday 11th of October, if it was supposed to be the 8th or the 18th. Because I was like, wait, I've just gone backwards. But then I was like, no, the interviews were scheduled and he murdered him before the interview. I was like, oh, confusion.
Yeah, I did not
And then
pay
also
attention to that detail.
Albania. I was like, is that meant to be Albania? And I was like, no, I'm in US.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure you're in the US.
Sometimes it's just like too much descriptive language, I feel,
Yes.
is what gets me sometimes. Like, I feel like I was very like, he got out of the car. Like, I'm writing a story. I'm not
Yeah.
writing, yeah.
I get you, but then some things are like descriptive.
So, yeah.
So yeah. So we are clearly like doing very well right now. Slaying. Yeah, I think the 5 names was like a good detail, but like too much. Like you wouldn't say the person that stayed, that was still in the race for the interview, but would that have been known publicly? I don't think that the cops or like journalists would really have cared.
Who that third person
And
was.
they also would not have named someone who spread a rumour that led to a murder, I don't think.
No, they wouldn't. And I actually had her down as like someone who, I had her down for something else that she put in a testimony, but then I was like, I haven't got a name for this one. I should just use her name instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was too much on the name details and then not enough on the other details. Because when I was writing it, I was like, and this man, and I was like, no, this man should have a name. Like, yeah, it's difficult.
Because you could just say a witness, or you could just say
Yeah.
an accomplice. But yeah, it's like, what details would journalists have and put in? What are interesting?
Yeah.
I guess, but it's hard to know because I could easily have been like, why do those people don't have names?
So fair.
It just comes down to the story, I think.
Yeah. I also tried to twist it up that like they had an illness and stuff during their sentence because I thought that was slightly different.
I thought that was just you quickly wrapping up your story.
Really? Because I was like, I feel like every single person just serves the sentence, but like a lot of the stories they don't, like they have something else. It's like they were sentenced to this, they got out on parole, they were sentenced to this, like,
but maybe when I had an inkling it was a myth,
it just wrapped it up
I was
too
like,
fast.
it was like, he got sentenced, he died of cancer.
But like, what more would you say?
Literally, I don't know, but it just like fit together.
Like, he admitted guilt, hoping for a shorter sentence.
The fact, yeah, as well, you specified that, it's like descriptive.
Yeah.
Like, you told me what he was doing, like, you know. People plead not guilty. No, sorry, they
there's
plead
there's so many
guilty.
eyewitnesses. You don't understand. You're not getting it.
People do plead guilty though just because they know they're going to get done otherwise, like. And yeah, other people do plead guilty to get a lighter sentence if possible.
Yeah, I guess in that case I would have said he took a plea deal, not his hopes from admitting guilt.
He admitted guilt and his hopes and dreams were achieved once he...
Yeah, it's about the phrasing of it too, not just the facts.
Yeah, but then it's like, sometimes you phrase things to throw the other person off.
Crazy.
You'll never know, and it's our own podcast.
So we can do what we like.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for that story.
Thanks for listening for it, dude.
I can't believe I actually got one. My drought has ended, I think.
Good, I kind of wrote it shitty just for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You know what I want.
For sure. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Join us next week for another thrilling adventure.
Find us on all streaming platforms.
Said that wrong.
I know, I've deleted my first line. I was like, do I just go straight into find us all on streaming platforms?
No, and I should say that I found out your murder was a myth.
Oh, yeah.
Like okay, ready, start again.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe.
On this week's episode, I figured out Louise's myth was in fact a myth.
Find us on all streaming platforms.
Join us next week for another thrilling adventure.
Remember, it's myth until proven murder. Slay.
Yay.